the string data type. The most common use of personal computers is word processing, and the text is represented in programs by the string data type. A string is a sequence of characters enclosed within quotation marks or apostrophes, and in other words, double quotes or single quotes. And hello in single quotes is the same as hello in double quotes, and that's in Python. Most other programming languages only use double quotes to represent strings. And getting string as input, Python allows for user input and processes the input as string. So here's an example. We can have a variable first name that is set to input and a prompt, please enter your name. And then here if we enter any name, and then we can print it just like this. And notice here that the input is not evaluated, so we want to store the typed characters and not to evaluate them as Python expressions. That's why we only use the input function. So let's see some more examples in the Python shell. So let's create a few string variables, and the first thing I want to do is I need to run Python on my terminal, and then here I'm going to create an str1, and I'm going to set it to hello, and str2, and I'm going to set this to world. Right, so I have two variables that hold two string data. So what is str1? It's hello, and what is str2? And that's world. So a few things I can do with those two. I can print them. Let's print str1. We already learned that you can just supply the print function with any text in the quotes anyway. So let's say I'll keep using the same word, but all right. So what I can also do is I can print str1 separate by comma and str2. The print function can take as many arguments as you want to supply, as long as they are separated by comma. So in the past lecture, we learned how to use the type function. So if you use the type function and then pass an argument such as str1, you'll see that the class type is str, and str is short for string. You can also just type something in, let's say ABC, right where you need it, and then it will also be string. You can even pass an empty string. It will also be an str type. And say if you want to pass in a numeric value in quotations, and it will also be string. Notice that everything everything in between quotations are regarded as text, no matter what values they hold. They either alphabetic values or numerical values. Either way, they both are strings. So, and as we saw in the presentation, we can also use the input function and then prompt user, say enter a text. So if I hit enter, it will prompt me to enter something. Let's say ABC. So something is odd here because we actually want to space this out, and then try again. Here we go, enter a text ABC, and then here we go. This is the text that was returned. But in most cases, of course, you can actually say, let's create a variable called name, and then ask user input, and I'm going to say enter your name. Here we go. So now if as soon as I enter my name, you will assign the name as string or text to name. So what is the name here now? Name here is Irfan, and then you can use it, say, in anywhere you can. So you can say hello, comma, and then F1 comma here, and name. Okay. Again, notice that we did not wrap the input function with eval because we want to get the raw input. So one of the funny things can happen here is that, say you ask for name and user enters 1, 2, 3, or let's say user enters 3.14 as pi number as the name. Will this crash the program? Absolutely no, because it will regard this not as the pi number but as simple text. Here you go. And you can also say hello name. We'll say hello 3.14. So this is a simple introduction to how we can create or define and use string data type.